What's going on, everybody? Welcome into the Jacked Ramsays post-game show. Danny Marang, Brandon Sprague. Blazers win. Blazers win. It's not too often you get to celebrate a Blazers win. It's even better when you get to celebrate a Blazers win over the Los Angeles Lakers. It doesn't matter the circumstance. It doesn't matter if you're shooting for losses. It doesn't matter about the tank. You enjoy these because they're fun. They're rare in the sense of beating a LeBron James team in Portland. That doesn't happen all that often. But it's also just really fun to just beat up on LA. It really is. Again, thank you for being here. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll get into some trade deadline stuff. Method Man says Lakers spaces are a war zone. Yeah, no, we had them up in the watch party, and it was pure fun.
What the fuck? What the? Dre, pass him the apron. Dre, pass that man the apron and the seasoning. Let him cook. Fuck out.
Oh, boy.
Westbrook's going to come back. It's all going to be good. Is that a spam?
Oh, my. What?
Whoa. Slow down there, Slim. Hey, what's up?
Ooh, boy. That team is a dumpster fire.
Westbrook's going to come back. It's going to be all good. Like
dumpster. Pure dumpster fire.
Hey, before we dive into it, I know tomorrow is going to be an interesting day for a lot of people. Just take that moment right there and keep that right here, and then bring it out if you're mad or upset tomorrow by no move. Just bring that out.
Look back and go, that was kind of fun. That was kind of fun. Yeah. So it's just Laker tears. Just nom, 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 nom. Again, thank you all for being here. We appreciate you. Like, rate, review, subscribe. Help us grow the show. The show has had tremendous growth over the last 48 hours. We have picked up over 250 new subscribers. We appreciate you all so very much. Again, if you're watching live, please subscribe. If you're watching on a replay, please subscribe. It's free. It's easy. It helps us grow a ton. And if you're a podcast listener, please like, rate, review, subscribe. If you're on Apple, please leave us a review. It does help us. That out of the way, Lakers are trash. Trash. They are a bad team. They are a bad team. They are a defunct team. Getting rid of viable, good NBA players like Kuzma, like KCP, like Trez, for Russell Westbrook is one thing. It is another thing to have that dumpster fire not play and be as big or a bigger dumpster fire. It is a lot.
It had a real feel. It's a good win for Portland. Like you said, they're not going to have a lot of these. I said over under 8.5. Now it's at 7.5.
When we did this last night, I said Lakers.
I know, and I was like, no, they won't win that game. Did it not? Do you have a real vibe to the last 4 minutes that LeBron and AD just didn't care? I mean, AD shot 11 shots, Danny. 11. He cooks Yusuf Nurkic routinely, and he shot 11 times.
I've got something for you. Without looking.
Okay.
How many rebounds did Anthony Davis have?
5.
7.
Oh, okay. That's not great.
How many rebounds did CJ Elleby have?
8.
8.
It felt like message being sent to front office, do something now. What
is that thing? Is it firing Vogel, or is it just trading Westbrook just to trade him?
It's that. Okay. Like I can't speak to what they feel about Vogel. I don't feel like
coach's fault.
Well, I don't think I've seen a lot of bashing or subliminal shots from the players to Vogel. It feels like most of
it's outwardly like in your face at Russ.
Like LeBron at the podium. It was straight up.
Did you hear what Russ said? What Ben Golliver tweeted, or see what Ben Golliver tweeted
about the
earlier?
closing lineup?
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard that yesterday. That was ridiculous.
Just patently unaware.
I mean, but you know what? A lot of those dudes are. He's a league MVP, Danny. He's an all-pro NBA player. Like, this dude has been a dominant force for a decade. It's hard for those guys to change that mindset.
Where have we seen this before? Is there another guy on that team? Is there maybe 2 guys on that team? Maybe 3?
Yeah.
A collection of dudes who have egos that are greater than their skills are anymore. Yikes.
One of those dudes isn't even playing right now.
Yeah. It's a lot. But we can sit here and bash the Lakers. It's fun, but it gets tiresome because it's just such an easy target. Let's talk about some fun stuff. The Blazers played well tonight, Brandon.
Yeah, they did. They played really well. They hung around, and they eventually took that lead.
They have 2 active rotation players. They have 2 active rotation players. If you want to say Dennis Smith Jr. is an active rotation player, fine. They have 3.
So play 9 guards all the time?
9 guys played.
Man. I mean, outside of Nurkic, they don't really have, Watford's your, second biggest dude?
Watford. Well, Greg is. Greg's your second tallest.
Greg, by the way.
We'll talk about Greg. Don't worry.
Good Greg game.
Don't worry.
Good game.
Let's
Greg game.
Let's give the GOAT, KELJIN Blevins. This is his CJ Elleby moment. Remember last year when they beat Philadelphia and he had 15 and 7? KELJIN Blevins had his best game as a pro. He came in and played 10 minutes and had 8 points, 3 rebounds, and he was effective. He was a +5.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not obviously not a single game plus-minus guy by any means.
Right.
But he was good on the floor.
Impactful. Back-to-back threes, I thought, were huge for them in that moment.
Give him his flowers. This may be his one moment in his career, whatever.
Yeah.
Give it to him. It was fun. It was fun.
We've talked about him. Like, we know the deal with that, right? And look, you can feel how you feel about it, but in this kind of season,
enjoy the stupid little things.
He's doing what guys like us dreamed of doing.
Are you kidding me? He got buckets on LeBron James. You know what he's going to do in 20 years?
About how he got buckets on LeBron
I got buckets
James.
on Braun. What you done?
He's going to have, though, back-to-back threes on a loop playing for the rest of his life.
Anytime anybody questions a thing, he's just going to go, oh, yeah, shit. Reach back, hit play. It'll just be on one monitor in the house on a loop.
Oh, the house. That man's going to have that on the go. And when he goes and plays pickup at the Y when he's 45 years old, he's going to go, oh, that's not a foul? You know who you're talking to?
It was a ton of fun. Josh Hart just tweeted out, Moda Center's top 5 atmospheres in the league. Okay, you're getting there, Josh. You're getting there.
Oh, look at Josh angling to stay. I love it.
He probably should have said one. He probably should have said the best. I mean, he's coming from, really, he has played for 2 teams in the Lakers and the Pelicans with god-awful fan bases.
Yeah, but he sounds like he's maybe an honest guy, right? Like he might tell you MSG's in there. Golden State's got to be in there.
I still want to get in there.
But I haven't either. I really wanted to go to Oracle. This new one I heard it's beautiful, but it's not the same. I think the thing about Hart, think about this. He put him in the top 5 and it was what? 16, 15, 14,000, 13,000.
It was not a Moda Center roar.
No, it wasn't like,
I mean, the atmosphere was great. I had a bunch of people text me and said, hey, man, it's pretty loud in here tonight. But it was not a roar.
Yeah, it wasn't Dame game-winning shot over OKC loud.
Yes. Overall, great performance from the supporting cast. Greg Brown, again, let's hit on him a little bit before we go on to the other guys. This is the thing we were calling for a couple months ago when it became very clear that things were not going great. What do you like from Greg so far?
I love that Greg knows who he is.
What does he do?
Well, he hits that dunker spot and he shoots threes. He's not a mess around in between that. He knows what he is. He knows what he needs to do. The Lakers were a disaster today, but he took advantage on that baseline, and he had a couple moments where he could have got some dunks, had certain dudes hit him. He had some really good breakaway moments, exciting. Every time he gets the ball, you think he's going to dunk. And then he had a couple threes, and one of those LeBron slacked off and said, go ahead, and he just netted it. Greg Brown is doing exactly what you would hope a guy Greg Brown's size would do, and he's not playing outside of that. That's huge. I'm
a big fan of trying to dunk the ball every single time. The Portland Trailblazers have had a center for 6 years who refuses to dunk.
It's like playing on a 7.5-foot rim with your boys. You're just always trying to yam on each other.
I saw a tweet the other day. It said it's your fatherly duty to stunt on your kids on an 8-foot rim if you have the chance. Just throw tomahawks I'm going to get this surgery and I'm going to just, in a year when I'm fully recovered, I am going to go find an 8-foot rim somewhere and just have a blast. That's how Greg Brown plays basketball. Just like us on an 8-foot rim, just ha-ha, tomahawk, ha-ha, between the legs, behind the back. I don't care. He just looks to dunk. And his 3-point shot, I had to go through and watch some tape on it to see, because I feel like there's been some variances in his release points and kind of his form. It's inconsistent in that, but there's something there to work with. So I if he becomes like a 34, 35% 3-point shooter, but enough to get guys to like close out with some gusto, and he can pump and go, that man could be a nightmare off the bench. Just a straight nightmare. It's a long ways to go,
Right.
but like if I'm envisioning him in the future, like if he gets you with one of these, get out the way.
Well, I also think he's a very timely cutter, which, you know, in some sets it's normal, but like in improvising moments, that's a real understanding of the moment.
DSJ getting down the lane and filling.
And filling it. I will say what you hit on though, the way he shoots it, that last three that he hit over Braun, that was kind of
scratch.
It was kind of an ugly release, but I'll say this: I don't judge releases really because I watched Sean Marion play basketball.
Yeah.
So who am I to judge?
And you know, they figured it out. All Good says he's exactly like DJJ, but quite a bit taller. I don't think that's the case. I think he's a more natural driver with the ball in his hands. Derek never really kind of figured that out. Greg has shown flashes like the pump and go he had the other night. He's put the ball on the floor where it's not like this really like redemptive quality, like, oh, I want to see more of that. But it's not like, oh God, it's Al Farouq Aminu and I'm terrified when he puts the ball on the floor.
If he can look, this is not, I'm not trying to go blasphemous here. If he puts in the work and he continues to play the way we saw today, the DJJ comment is going to go, I mean, I already think it's kind of out the window, but like it's going to go way out the window because he, to me, already looks like he might be a little more polished.
Than Derek was when he came out 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
100%. Remember, Derek was almost out of the league immediately.
Well, but I'm saying like he's already that now. I think he could pass Derek by next year if he puts in the kind of work. Like, because Derek's not a great offensive player. He's just not.
So it's fun to give flowers to the young guys. But there's players of the half tonight. Yusuf Nurkic got player of the first half. He absolutely abused Anthony Davis, who appeared to not want any part of this game. Up, under, drop step, spin away. Nurk gave him that work.
Yes, he did.
Put the footwork on display tonight, man.
It had to feel good, right?
You'd think so because AD has gotten that ass recently, and it has not been pretty. It has been pretty lopsided. You go back to the bubble where he was effective in a couple of those games, and then it was like rut-row. Rut-row.
Yeah.
But Nurk was atrocious last night, and he was very good tonight. I looked at the box score, and I was like, how many minutes did Nurk play? It says 33 here, Brandon. I do not remember him playing 33 minutes tonight because it felt like that second unit, because they were effective in the game, instead of playing like a 3 or 4 minute burst, they played like a 7-minute burst in each half, 8-minute burst in each half. So Nurk's, even though he got 33 minutes, they were broken up a little bit more.
Oh man.
What do you got?
Do you want me to play James Worthy clip?
Do it.
Okay, hold on. Won't play the whole thing. It's 1:30, but let's just see.
Yeah, this is the lowest point of just about any season I've seen as a Laker over the years. I don't have any words for it because we've used all our words up. We saw Milwaukee come in and we thought maybe that'll be a measuring game, against a good team, and we saw what happened. And then against Portland, a team of professional players, but it was almost like they were playing against a local YMC pickup group of guys. And I think it just goes to show you how deeply mentally disconnected
I was hoping you said
and
broken.
the inability to fire your brain up for a game that you should win, or for any game for that matter, shows that there's a really tough virus going on with this team right now.
YMCA dudes, huh? The YMCA guys. Yes.
So before we get into Nurk a little bit more and Ant, remember we were talking about this a week ago, Brandon. A week ago. The vibes of this team were back to being, Jesus Christ, here we go again. The Lakers have that right now.
Yep.
And it's so angsty, it's so bad. They've got to nuke that thing from orbit. But it's evident when things are going bad in the NBA. It's not hard to see it. It's really not. But I will say this. I thought Nurk had a really good game tonight. I thought he got outplayed by every big that Orlando threw on the floor last night. Tonight, complete opposite.
I mean, good for him. That playoff series a few years back against AD, that had to hurt, and that always kind of sticks with you.
Mm-hmm. Not
a good showing yesterday, and this is not to excuse it. You know how I feel about Nurk. I've made it clear. I do wonder if yesterday was really odd for that locker room. That losing CJ, you kind of knew it was
I thought it was going to go one way or the other. They were either going to be. We texted about it,
yeah.
Like the whole idea of like, is it inspiring? Like,
it wasn't.
But instead,
I think you saw a lot of that, and Nurk was a part of that. And Nurk posted a pretty emotional thing of like hugging CJ, and say what you want to say about that stuff. That is real. And so I thought yesterday Nurk was kind of, I don't know, disconnected a little bit. Whereas today he looks like somebody who was told he's not getting traded. And I also don't think he is getting traded, because why the hell would he play today? So, he kind of brought it, and AD and LeBron did not bring it for most of that game.
It's going to be a fun 13 and a half hours. It's going to be interesting. Speaking of interesting, Anfernee Simons, 4 points in the first half, and I was like, dog, are you okay? Like, I'm going to talk to him again for the content we have coming out while I'm out, and I was going to ask him, like, are you okay? Like, physically? Like, because I'm like, man, you're missing shots. Like, you don't miss shots. Like, this has been a couple games of, like, you've had some runs where you're just off. That's not like you. And then he comes out in the second half, and then boom, 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 and you're like, oh no, he's good. He's good. And he's been doing this the last couple games where he's just not doing anything in the first half. He is Damian Lillarding it right now, where he's just like, I'm just gonna chill. Let everybody get theirs. Let Nurk eat in the first half when he's got gas. These second halves, man, he is 25 points in the second half. He just cooked them. He cooked them.
His last 4 games coming into tonight, according to StatMuse, he had 4 straight games of 19 points. And you're 100% correct. It's been largely a tale of two halves for that dude. Tonight was really fun. And I know Blevins deserves a lot of credit because he gave the threes that took the lead. Greg was everywhere. Nurk had a nice night. Ant won them this game. Ant came in, and they were kind of in a weird spot. LA took the lead late, and Ant came in and facilitated, hit a couple big threes. Like, Ant really carried them over that finish line. It was a collective effort to get there, but I thought Ant had a huge second half and really was the one to pick everybody up and say, let's finish this thing.
Pretty cool to see. These are the kind of things these are those growing moments where you go, hey, tough first half, face some adversity, come back, show some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's the game tonight. All of the baby Blazers performed well. Greg Brown, Trendon Watford, KELJIN Blevins, Dennis Smith Jr. finished with 11 assists and 6 steals. He was just picking LeBron's pocket all night long. Justice Winslow, 11, 8, 3 assists, 4 steals. Couple of dogs out there. Gotta hand it to Chauncey talking about that. And I wouldn't be surprised if Justice Winslow factors into the Blazers. I know we talked about this. You don't want to hear about it. But I would not be surprised mentality-wise, size, athleticism, strength, if he's not your 9th or 10th guy next year.
If he's your 10th guy,
you're in a good place, I think.
I'm fine. I'm fine because he won't play that much. He will only play in dire situations, I think. And whatever. If he can stay healthy, cool. We talked about the hip replacement versus the non-hip replacement. And, if he's your 10th guy, I'm cool with that because most teams, you run 10 in some games, but for the most part, you're not running 10 deep.
So, overall, great time. It's always fun to beat the Lakers, and it's always fun to embarrass the Lakers. Magic Johnson tweeted out, after the Lakers lost to Portland tonight, I'm speechless. No words can describe how I'm feeling.
Yeah, somebody had a really awful and funny tweet, and I want to read it, but I don't want to be canceled, so I'm not.
Don't
to.
do that one here.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to.
Trade deadline is 14 hours away. What are we at right now? Yeah, 14 hours away.
We gonna get a trade while I'm asleep?
No, well, not you, because you're up in like 5 hours.
Yeah, but you know what? There was a trade that happened late a couple years ago. The Tobias Harris trade happened at like 11 o'clock at night. I was like,
Pacific
holy
time,
shit.
which is like, what are you doing right now?
Mhm.
I think that was a situation where they were just trying to get it done before they went to bed so they could get up and do one more.
Sure.
But I've decided we are going to do a trade deadline show.
Even if they don't make a move?
I've decided we're going to do a trade deadline show.
Okay.
So we will go on at 11, and we will wrap everything up, and that will be our. Ooh. Are you not going to be able to do it?
I'll talk to you when we get off this.
Okay. I will go on at 11.
Oh, you're going to leave me? You're just going to leave me like that? Okay. We'll talk after the pod.
Well, maybe I'll say this. We will figure out something, but we will have.
We'll figure it out.
But we will be there, and it should be fun. I don't know if there's going to be something, but I have a feeling that there might be something. So, good times. But as far as the trade deadline goes, this isn't a full we. When I tweeted out we the first time for the CJ trade, I knew that wholeheartedly and unabashedly what was going to happen on that one. So it's
this is fun. I just want to throw it out. I'm kind of actually having fun right now. I know this is sick. I'm demented. I understand it. This losing, this not being good, and this not having great players thing, it's not for everybody. I get it. But they beat the Lakers tonight in like the most dire of spots for LA.
In a position they should never beat the Lakers.
That game should have been a 20-point loss for them, and they won. They won me money because I live bet them as a dog. And you know what? I don't know what tomorrow will bring. It may bring absolutely nothing. They made necessary movements contract-wise, and we'll see what they can do with that in the summer. I get a lot of you will be upset tomorrow, and I can't change that, but it's kind of exciting not knowing what's going to happen.
When you get mad, just remember about tonight. That it was fun. That fun can be had.
Yes.
Fun can be had. I've seen everybody in the chat tonight, instead of calling Blevins Dame Dollar, they're calling him Dollar Tree.
I'm not doing that.
It's a pretty good name. I'm not. Come on.
Come on. Let's not do that to that man. That man had a night.
He earned it tonight. He earned it.
He earned more than
not the
Dollar
nickname.
Tree.
No, not the nickname. I'm saying he earned some love tonight. He did.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
He played tonight, which is it's fun. If you see me tweet we tomorrow, then buckle up. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
So I don't have a ton more other than that. The intel stuff, it's pure smoke screen hours. Everything that's going to happen is going to be wild. I've seen a few people asked about the press conference. Joe Cronin, Chauncey Billups, and Dwayne Hankins will all be live. I don't know if I'm sure somebody's going to carry it live. Well, you guys will probably carry it live, right?
I would imagine our station will carry it live. Yeah.
So and that'll go happen at 2 tomorrow. So we'll probably get a state of the organization from the higher ups, which will be good. I think it'll put some perspective on things and what their plans are going forward. So appreciate you guys. Thank you very much. Like, rate, review, subscribe. Help us grow the show. Again, if you're watching here live, please subscribe. If you're watching it in general, subscribe. It's free. It's easy. If you want to be a part of the watch parties, we've had about 100 or so people the last couple games for just stupid games that have just been an absolute blast. Come join, come hang out. It really is fun. I think it's worth it. We're going to have some members only Q&As and stuff like that. And for those of you that have done the watch parties, what I'm thinking we're going to do is do something along those lines. We'll bring you guys up on stage and let you guys ask questions and stuff during the game. And
that'd be fun.
Just going to go through it. That's kind of the idea for it. So, again, thank you. Like, rate, review, subscribe. Help us grow the show. Jack Ramsays Show, part of the Blue Wire Network. You can find us on social media at Jack Ramsays, at Danny Marang, at Brandon Sprague. You can email the show, jackramsays@gmail.com. One way or the other, we will go live tomorrow with either the trade deadline show or the live show following the press conference. So until then, you guys take care. Have a wonderful night. We'll talk to you soon. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye.